Recently, I went along to the Husqvarna Norden 901 expedition launch out in Hazyview, and because my kit was a little bit old and shoddy, I decided, well, I think I better get myself a little bit of kit, some fresh kit, a bit of extra protection. My stuff is a little bit old and a little bit well worn and well used, and etc. So I popped in at DMD, Danny Mulder Distributors, up here in Gauteng, and I grabbed myself a Octane Vision jacket, a pair of Oxford riding jeans, and some Tanquai gloves. And thank goodness I did, because as I'll explain to you a little bit later, I really did need them a little bit into the ride. But let me first tell you about the product. So we got the Octane Vision jacket, which is an all-weather jacket, which has a winter liner, rain liner, and etc. And it has also a bunch of panels. So my favorite improvement on this jacket, and it seems to be happening on a couple of other jackets as well, is the slidable adjuster around your neck collar, your collar, what do you want to call this thing, clip over here. And it can either adjust tight or adjust looser. Now, I'm not somebody that likes to wear a suit and tie, so I don't really like something tight around my neck. So I end up having to always ride with this either loose, or if I do ride with it clipped in, it does feel rather uncomfortable for me. But with this thing being able to slide like it does, it is actually a great thing, because now I can slide it to where it's comfortable for me and I still get the full protection. I don't have things flapping around my neck. Then the other thing I really like is the zips. Every single zip in this jacket is, especially the main zip, is properly weather protected. So if you've ever ridden in the rain, like we've all done a million times, you always find that eventually in heavy rain, you eventually start finding a little bit of rain seeping through the zip and etc. And in conjunction with that, it's got really nice waterproof pockets with nice fold over Velcro pieces that you can drop in your cell phones and your wallet, and then you can be pretty much assured, unless you 50 meters deep in water, your stuff is going to remain really dry and protected there. Now, we're not all built the same. Some of us are a little bit more portly than others. Some of us have bigger arms, some of us have skinnier arms, etc. So the jacket also comes as standard with most jackets. We all know that. It comes with an adjustable waistband. It comes with adjustable forearm bands, and then a two-stud press clip thing over the arms there. And then my favorite thing is, once you've taken out all the winter liners, and riding up in Hazyview, we were riding in 35-degree heat and etc. And when you're riding, you want to be able to stay cool, but you still want to be able to have all the protection. So this Octane Vision jacket has really nice big panels over the chest area that zip down open, and then they tuck inside themselves. And they also have a huge panel on the back as well, which also zips open and tucks in the pocket basically that they supply below that, as well as nice zip open sleeve vents and etc. So it really just makes a really nice cool jacket. But then on the colder mornings or when it's raining etc, it also you've got the option of fitting the rain liner to keep yourself dry, or the winter liner to keep, or both, to keep yourself warm in winter for that matter. The various weather inserts have a lot of pockets in them, even one designed for your smartphone. So you're always looking, where's my phone? Sometimes you need to just put your phone on the inside, and you know that's exactly the size of a modern smartphone, whatever size you get. They're pretty much all fitted. It's quite stretchable. The winter liner as well as the rain liner both have color-coded clip-in slips, clip-in press stud connectors on the sleeves, and they both zip into the jacket and the abdomen as well. So generally, it really is and truly an all-weather jacket. It's a full-on summer jacket. We rode in Hazyview through the mountains, through the forests, hectic, hard riding, extreme flipping adventure riding, rocks and etc. And I had everything open, and not once did I feel that I was overheating or sweating or anything like that. And it was just really comfortable. Earlier in the morning, it was a bit cool when we left. We left quite early, so I had the panels zip closed. And around about 8 or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock around there, I zipped everything open, and I was absolutely perfectly ventilated and feeling absolutely cool and ready to go. The construction is also something called REISSA. I imagine that's pronounced racer. It's a waterproof as well as a breathable liner. So, which sort of sounds like an oxymoron. If it's breathable, surely it must allow water in, but it doesn't. You get a nice bit of airflow in there, so you're not having to. Because that's the other thing. You ride with a, a rain liner in the middle of summer in a huge rainstorm here in South Africa, and you end up getting wetter inside because you're sweating so much, especially in some of the half-hell summer storms. It's really hot and humid, and even though you're staying dry from the outside, you're still getting wet from the inside. Right. The other bit of safety equipment I got was a pair of Oxford jeans. Now, people say to me, "But you're going on an adventure ride. Why the hell do you want to ride with jeans? Why aren't you riding with proper adventure pants?" I'm old school. I'm not a huge fan of the matchy Power Ranger Teletubby suits that seem to be the fashion these days. I'm really not a fashionista to be honest. I like to ride in jeans, and I like to ride with proper boots, and I wear proper jackets. The jackets obviously all come with elbow pads and shoulder pads and the like, and there are optionals for back pads and so on and so forth. But I'm really not that guy that wants to ride around in a matchy look at my Power Ranger suit, because I'm no Power Ranger. I'm no professional. I just want to be the dude that rocks up. I'm just an old school guy that wears jeans and etc. So the thing with these jeans is they got proper all sorts of space age material liners and anti-friction liners, so you don't get friction burns when you have a wipe out and etc. And then they've also got hip pads and knee pads, which I really tested, same as I tested the padding in the jacket and etc. And you'll see in the pictures and the video that I managed to get, I put them through a proper test. And can I tell you, they worked 100% perfectly. There was nothing other than my sore foot, which I got caught underneath the bike. And other than that, and maybe a couple of sore ribs because I came down really hard off a jump. I just got it sideways when I shouldn't have, and it was really interesting. So let's talk about the hip pads and the knee pads. They're soft, so they're nice and malleable, but they're also made of I can't think of the name of the material now, but they're soft and malleable, but the minute you hit them, it's almost like funny putty. When you hit it hard, they go hard, and then they soften up, and they really do protect you. So they're protecting, the hardness is on the outside and the softness is on the inside, and you stop getting bruised and etc. The jean design is something that I really enjoy. It's a standard 5-pocket denim jean design, like any other pair of jeans. Only thing you'll notice maybe a little bit extra is where they've got a couple of seams across the knees and the hips, etc., where the pockets are for the slide-in pads and etc. I also appreciate the fact that the material is stretchy. The denim material is quite stretchy, which makes him comfortable to drive in, and it makes him stops him from riding up and pulling up and bunching up behind your knees and etc. And just really making a really comfortable ride and etc. The other thing I like about it is they fit really nicely on most body shapes, and they also slide over your riding boots, so you don't look like some mullets with your cowboy boots over your jeans kind of thing, or your motorbike boots over your jeans, and try and look like some heavy old 1960s ducktail biker. You can actually just slide them over your boots and just look like your boots are a normal pair of hiking shoes or whatever. So that's really, really cool. So the other bit of equipment I got which really helped out in the instance is that the set of Tanqueray gloves. I like the fact that they've got reinforced knuckles. They've also got nice leather palms, so when you're sliding down the road, um, they they do give you quite a bit more protection, but they're also comfortable on the grips of the bikes as well. And the material is quite breathable. The thing with the leather palms though is they've got these plastic sliders right on the balls of your hand over here. So as you're going down the road and you land in there and you slide, it doesn't rub through the leather and you end up, because that's where a lot of your injury ends up over there. So you've got these lacquer hard sliders that you land on your hands and you go sliding down the road, all the dirt or the tar on those, and that keeps your hands really nicely protected. Like I said, they're made of a really nice breathable material, so they're nice and cool in summer. They're easy to move around in. I wear a 4XL. I'm not a little guy. And this is the great stuff about this, the product from DMD at the moment. They're actually designed for normal size, 2 meter tall, 115 kilograms South Africans with a bit of a pot belly and etc. The jeans are nice and long. I managed to get a pair of extra length jeans, and the jacket fits nicely over my shoulders. I'm not some steroid junkie, so I don't have big, massive arms and whatever. So I was able to adjust the arms down so that I didn't have them flapping around in the breeze. The gloves are exactly the same. They fit nicely. Well, nice big paws that I've got. 4XL. I wasn't cramping up or having anything hurt me or put any undue pressure on anything. With the ribbing across the knuckle joints, you've got a lot of freedom of movement as well. And then they've got a nice luxurious liner, which makes them nice and soft and comfortable to wear on the inside. Maybe a little bit warmer in winter, might help there. I'd probably get some proper winter gloves though. These are good for cooler days, but not winter days, and they're great for summer and etc. So, and then the other product that really helped me was the my Arrow helmet. Now, I know Arrow helmets are not cheap, but then again, neither is a Rolls Royce. I came down with quite a bang. My helmet hit the ground with my head in it, obviously, and it sounded like a gunshot going off through the forest. Everybody else thought that I would have had a bad concussion or a bit of head injury or something like that. But the Arrow helmet's design is to have an absolutely solid construction outer shell that you can literally jump on with my 415 kilogram weight without that shell taking any strain. You can drop it and it doesn't have hairline cracks and etc. But the inside, the EPS liner and the cheek pads and the headlining are super soft. So although the outer shell, when it hit the deck and bounced off the rocks and stuff like that, it sounded like a gunshot going off through the forest of Graskorp and Hazy View area. To me, it felt like I was putting my head down on my pillow at home. So what happened is we were out testing the Husqvarna Norden 901 expeditions, and we do push them to the limits, and it's part of our job. We have to be able to tell you guys about the bikes and etc. And you'll see the review of that bike in the link that will be in the description of this video. As will the link to all the products with DMD, the jacket, the jeans, the Tanquo gloves, and I'll also put in the link for Bikewise, who are the importers of Arrow helmets. I'll put that in the description below. I'll put the links in the description below. But I got it sideways. I wasn't going hugely fast. I hit a jump at about 80 or 90 k's an hour, and got the bike sideways. Couldn't recover it. I'd switched off all the electronic and nanny, so it was completely up to my own technical skill, which is okay on the road. I'm reasonably good in the dirt and etc. And I came down quite hard. The bike fared a whole lot better than I did. You can see I'm wearing a bit of a moon boot. I managed to damage my foot because my foot got caught under the weight of the bike, which would have been the case with any big adventure bike coming down almost solely on that point of your foot. It is, and I don't care what boot you're wearing, your foot is going to get injured, and that's all that really happened to me. I landed hard on my chest. I think I landed on a rock or something, and I had a bit of bruised ribs and stuff like that. But if it had not been for my new kit, I would have been off a hell of a lot worse. Had I not been wearing the Tanquo gloves, I'd probably be sitting here with big roasties on my hands, Had I not been wearing the Oxford riding jeans with the knee pads and the hip protectors, the hip pads, and etc., I probably would have cracked kneecaps, and I would have had huge roasties and etc. if I'd just been riding a normal pair of jeans. And I see, and the same with my abdomen. Had I not had my Octane Vision jacket on, I would have been a lot more injured than what I really am. And had I not been wearing my Arrow helmet, a lot of people really do cut corners when it comes to helmets. The way my head came down to me was the biggest concern. Yes, my foot hurts and my rib hurts, but the way my head came down on that there, my foot I can put on a moon boot. My ribs I can just try not to laugh at funny videos and try not to cough and stuff like that. But had I had a head injury, who knows, badly, I would have been concussed or worse. You know what I'm saying? So where you can, but do not cut corners on your helmets. Do not cut corners on your protective gear. And for goodness sake, we saw a guy riding through the traffic the other day, and all of us in the van, we were on our way to a meeting with a client, and all of us in the van we actually just couldn't believe this guy was on a 300 plus kilometer an hour super bike in flippin' flip-flops, pluckies, a pair of PT shorts, and a vest to show off his lacquer big muscles, and an El Cheapo helmet on a 300 plus kilometer an hour super bike that cost somewhere between 250 and 330,000 rand. And the guy's riding like that. And he was riding like a complete poople. He really was. He was riding like a complete chop, dressed like that. Guys, you're just looking for nonsense. You're looking for trouble when you do that. Just please don't do it. We're not living in La La Land. From time to time, we do fall off our motorbikes. So yes, I might be an old toppy talking nonsense and being a granny and being a nanny and whatever, but I've had a couple of crashes in my life. I've been riding since 1974, where we're 2023, so yeah, 40 odd. But I've been riding motorbikes for a long time, and I have fallen off a couple of times. Wear proper kit when you're riding a motorbike. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, wear proper kit. Anything can happen at any given time, and if you're not wearing proper kit, it's your own fault. Some people say, yeah, it's so hot to wear the kit on summer days and stuff like that. Me personally, I would rather sweat than bleed. Ride safe, wear your kit, have fun out there. Get on your bike and go ride. You need a motorcycle in your life.